loving you again. What a fool I was to think that I would get by with only those few million teardrops that I cried. Should have known the worst was yet to come. Crying time for me, babe. I just begun. Well, today I'm so tired of loving you again. I'm standing right back, baby, where I really always been. I got over you long enough, honey, to let my heart ache, man. And today I started loving you again. Today I started loving you again. I'm standing right now, baby, where I really always been. I've been over you long enough, honey, to let my heart ache, man. But today I started loving you again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. There's a story behind this guitar. Shortly before COVID, I discovered a blues player that I loved. I fell in love with him. His name is Toussaint Slim, and he had this one song called "You're Coming Back." And for some reason, it touched my heart because I was away from my little girl, my daughter. And I kept on thinking, man, one day she's gonna step back in this house, she's gonna knock at the door and she's gonna come in. So it might be a sunny day like today, or it might be a cold and rainy day. But one of these days she's gonna come back, and that song was talking about this. You can? See, look. And so, the guy on the record, he was using a guitar like this. And I thought, I think what he does, I can learn for some reason. Because what he does, I want to be able to do it, and I think it's reachable. And I didn't want to do it on any other guitar than a guitar like this. So I went online and I looked for one, and it just happened to be my very first guitar that I bought for myself, that I started playing guitar on, and you will never believe it. But this is the same man who had this guitar, and I didn't know it because it was on Craigslist. There was just a number, I didn't know who was selling it. It's the same guy that I bought this guitar from, my very first guitar, who 25, 30 years ago, I bought my very first amp from. The same guy. Can you believe that? There has to be a reason. It cannot, like, you buy your first amp and you don't know what you're going to do with it, you know? And then it did me good. And I bought this first guitar and it was like, I don't know if I'll be able to actually do anything with it. Well, here I am. So, that's the story behind this guitar. Thank you. So right now I'd like to pay a tribute to a dear friend of all of us. A legend in his own right. The stage here carries his name. Who am I talking about? Who? Who? David Shelley, that's right, man. Dave Shelley. Yeah, that's right. And I had the chance to work with David 15 years ago when I first moved in through Kilmo, out of Alligator Alley, and other players. And finally I got to meet him, not only just be a session player, but got to hang out a bit. And I hired him for some shows, and he hired me on some of his shows. And even though we never shared a whole lot of time or tours, there's a very strong connection with this man. And there's a song that I covered from him with my band in France. It's called One Fine Day. But today I'd like to cover a song that I learned from him. He didn't write it, but for me, he is the best, very best interpreter of this one song. It goes like this. When you can't find a light to guide you through a cloudy day, when your star just ain't shining bright and you feel like you lost your way, when the candlelights of home burn so far away, you gotta let your soul shine, like my daddy used to say. It says soul shine better than sunshine, better than moonshine, damn much better than rain. Many people don't mind, we sure feel this world sometimes. Gotta let your soul shine till the break of day. Grown up, I thought I had it made, I'll make it on my own. But love can take the strongest man, make you feel so all alone. Sometimes I feel the cold wind blowing through my aching bones. I get back to what my daddy said. He said, son, it's darkness fall down. It's a soul shine better than sunshine, better than moonshine, yeah, much better than rain. Many people don't mind, sure feel this way sometimes. Gotta let your soul shine till the break of day. Sometimes a man feel that emptiness, like a woman Better than sunshine, better than moonshine, damn much better than rain. Many people don't mind, I sure feel this way sometimes. Gotta let your soul shine till the break of day. Help us out here. The soul shine until the break of day. This one goes out to David Shelley. Woo! All right. Is there still some room for the blues in your ears? Yes?
You hear? I recorded the whole story. Is it down my mouth? No, I just put like, I know, if someone just
Great,
said
Kim was
something.
fantastic.
Big arrows.
I'm out, fall in love with you. Tell me I'm out wrong, falling in love with you. Well, you're all the bad right, slipping this time, breathing all over you. And that's all I know. And that's all I know.
But that was good. You can bring that.
Yeah, exactly. Next time I'll have it. But hey, lady, for asking me the story of that guitar, I have to play you the song. Now you set me up with the song. One day I had the chance to see one of the greatest blues players and singers ever in a lounge almost. His name is Louisiana Red. You've heard of him? He's a treasure. He's a singer. He can put that tree down just with one note of his voice. He's a earth shaker. And
What did he play?
but he always looked at himself as a student of Muddy Waters, Lightning Hopkins. Although he's about the same age, he always kept a tremendous respect to the first ones, and so he was always like paying tributes to them. And one day he was playing in the city of where they make the cognac, in Cognac, France. We had a huge festival. I was playing there, and he was playing, headlining. And at the end of the night, they took him to a bar, and the bar, there was upstairs and downstairs. And Little Milton was also on the bill. And so, Louisiana Red, he got there upstairs, and there was a lot of people, you know, drinking, enjoying cognac, and you can imagine. And he was sitting really tranquil, like he's nobody. And somebody brought him a guitar, just almost like this one. And he picked it up and he started to play and play and play and play and play. And so people wouldn't care that much because it was acoustic. So they were just having their thing. They didn't even realize what was going on. And then Little Milton's musicians, they came in and they went downstairs. And everybody went downstairs because they brought their horns with them. And so they wanted, you know, they were playing and stuff. So they brought the party. So everybody went down for the party. And only me and a few more people, we stayed with Louisiana Red. And he had glasses on, so he, you know, I wouldn't see his eyes. And the magical was in the air, and I didn't want to break the moment, so I didn't say anything. But at one point, I said, "Sir, would you play, please, for me a song that I like, which is called I Had a Date with Barbara Last Night." And he wrote this one. And at that time, my girlfriend was Barbara. So he said, "Well, I'm not in the mood for singing this song now. I'll play it later." And he did. He did. But he had to go, he had to, you know, exactly. He was on a jukebox and understood that. Exactly. He had to get to this emotional stage. And so that's where you put me up for being in this emotional stage for this song now. Some cold and rainy day. It goes like this. That's a song I presented down in Memphis at the IBC a couple of years ago, and I ended up in the finals in the solo competition. I was pretty happy. It goes like this. You will have to follow me, guys, and I'll cue you because there's a bridge and stuff, but let me do the first verse. Remember, this is the song that got me to start playing the guitar. You're coming back You're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back. Some cold and rainy day. You left me, girl. You were young and wild. You left me, darling, like a runaway child. But you're coming back. Some cold and rainy day. A brand new start. My door will be open, baby, right along with my heart. You're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back, baby. You're coming back. Some cold and rainy day. Start. My door will be open right along with my heart. You're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back, baby. You're coming back. And rainy, rainy day. I didn't want to do this one, but thank you. Yeah, I can take you to church, ma'am. But that's gonna take another process. But I can take you to church.
Be on time now.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna what? Wow. You know what? One guy started climbing it one day.
Alright, fellas, we have more music to play for you. And before I pass on the lead to the great Rochelle Koba, I'd like to take you on a memory of mine that takes me back to Minneapolis in the early 90s when I first moved there and to work as a French teaching assistant in Carleton College. And I met the great late Art, no, he's late, the great Art Michaud. And he taught me that song.